Oh, of course I forgot the game capture. There we go. Well, y'all asked for it. So here we are. It's a complaining stream. Don't really know why exactly this was requested on Saturday, but you know that's fine. Sometimes you just need to smoke one and complain about things and get things off of your chest. And that's fine. That's fine. You know, sometimes you got to get things out there. You got to get it out of your system so you can move on. So you can do better. Sometimes you got to do that. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're all here. Make sure before we start, please leave a like and share the stream. Share it anywhere. Share it multiple places. But that is how we will grow this little community we got going here. So if you want to help me with that, it's very much appreciated. So I saw someone ask, am I going to break down the VTuber drama? I mean, it'll probably get mentioned, I'm sure. We're just kind of here to, yeah, it is good game music. We're just kind of here to complain about things. I can talk about, I've had stuff going on in my life that's been annoying. If there's something you want to complain about in the chat, that is fine. Today is all about getting things off your chest while we are smoking cigarettes in Russia. Of course, I do not endorse actually smoking cigarettes in real life. Your lungs are your friends. You should probably quit if you do. But this is a video game. So today was good for you. Well, I'm glad it was. I'm glad it was. Smoking may be cool, but lung cancer is not. So, question how to stop procrastinating. I'm not the person to ask for that, bro. I'm not the person to ask for that. I'm very severely ADHD, and it causes me problems every day. I get ADHD paralysis all the time. And so, yeah, I'm not the person to ask how to not procrastinate. No idea what this purple femboy is. Yes, no, chef. First of all, you know who I am. Second of all, I'm not a femboy. So keep that in mind. That, you know, that's you know. Let's start with that. Let's start with that. Okay, let's start with that. All right. I put up with y'all long enough. Put up with y'all long enough. Do I sound in any way feminine to any of you? Do I sound feminine in the slightest? No, I do not. I am very masculine, very manly. So the whole femboy that you were just delusional, and I almost feel a little sorry for you, because like suffering from those kinds of delusions, that is not going to be good for your future. So, you know, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. But for some reason, y'all keep insisting on it. You keep insisting on this weird fantasy that is never going to happen. And I'll never understand it. I never will. And look, we can go out. I'm guessing this is like what Russia actually looks like. So, you know, that's, I mean, I can't stop your delusions personally. It's not possible. But you are delusional. You are delusional. Femboy's code word for under 30. I am under 30. That is true. That is true. I'm not far off from 30 though. Not gonna lie. I'm like 28. It's not that far away. And I'm a little worried about it, but you know. But you know, speaking of things that bother me, you know, every stream, this has been going on for a while now. Every stream, y'all know I have my little start screen with a scene from my favorite anime set to a Creative Commons metal instrumental that I enjoy. I like using that music. Wow, that guy looks funny. And it's very good music. It's very good music, and it's free to use. And yet, for the past couple months now, as soon as one of my streams, as soon as it goes up and it's a VOD, within minutes, I get copyright claimed. This has been going on for a really long time. You say you want to be princess carried by a tall tomboy. I never said princess carried. I just said I'd be okay with being carried by a tall tomboy. That's different. But for the past couple months, every time a VOD goes up, I get copyright claimed for a song I've been using for well over a year. Probably closer to 2 years now if you include when I was still streaming on Twitch. But all of a sudden, someone has some automated copyright claim set up for that instrumental. And you know what? And you know, they do, when I dispute it, it gets released. So that happens. Which is good, but I personally think if you take, yeah, the YouTube copyright system does suck. It does suck. If you take a Creative Commons instrumental and then sing over it, I don't really think that gives you a right to try to automatically copyright claim people that use that song. Because I'm just using the instrumental, right? I'm not using the voice of the person who did the voiceover, because I'm using the actual original instrumental song. So I'm getting copyright claimed for the actual instrumental and not for this person's singing. I think I can change the music too on this. How do you change the music? F and G. So I'm getting every time, and I have to stay up and make sure I dispute it immediately, because I don't make very much through the ad revenue anyway. So I don't want any of it going to this person who's trying to copyright claim a Creative Commons song. And it's very frustrating, and I've been dealing with it for a long time, and it's really annoying. And eventually, I guess I would like to get like an actual real start screen, like a professional streamer has, you know, with the little art, you know, and everything, the cool little start screen with art, and maybe commission some music for it. But that costs money, and money is the thing that I don't have, because I am a small-time streamer, and as of right now, that is all of my income. You're a firearms embracing male voice. You're just confused on the definition of femboy. What? That doesn't even make any sense. You could draw that. That is true, Veer. You could draw that. You could draw that. You know. It's, you know, since Veer's here, we can pick on Veer a little bit. We can pick on Veer a little bit. Just since we're complaining about things, and this is funny. Y'all know, those of you that are members, you know that you get some little emotes that you can post in the chat. You can post little emotes in the chat. Fun little emotes that were very graciously gifted to me by Viri one time. She did a fantastic job. They're incredible. I love them very much. But as you know, I eventually decided to change up my look a little bit. Got my color scheme changed and everything. And she was like, "Oh, let me redo those emotes for you, since you got your new color scheme." And I want to say that was back in November, maybe. So I've been waiting for that for a while, but no, I know Viri has been busy, but that's just, we're complaining about things today. That's all we're doing. So, you know, it's a thing to complain about. Are you a smoking Soviet? I mean, this is a Russian game. It's a very Russian atmosphere. So, thanks for becoming a member, Purple Space Marine. You know, once I get 8 total members, there's a little thing that'll pop up, and if you're a member, every time it's on like a rotation. But if you're a member, once I have to have 8 total. Once I get 8 total members, it'll be on a rotation. Every time someone comes to my channel, you'll get shouted out at the top of my channel if you are a member. But I don't think we have 8 total yet. But you know, you'll fix them tomorrow. Just remind you. Okay, I will hold you to that, Veery. VTubers, yes, I am a VTuber. You're in a VTuber chat right now. You know, there's Selman's in the chat. There's another thing. There's where since we're getting it all out there, since we're complaining today. Selman is one of the strangest subscribers I've ever had, because he's been subscribed to me for a very long time. And he's showed up to my streams occasionally for a very long time. Even back when I was still streaming on Twitch, before I decided to make this YouTube channel and try to actually do this thing for real. And for some reason, despite having a big problem with VTubers, he always comes back. And you know, you would think someone would eventually give up on the whole, oh, I don't like VTubers act. You would think. You can only hold on to that facade for so long. You can only hold that charade for so long. I actually don't hate VTubers, it's just a bit. Is that true? Because I don't know if I can believe you. I don't know. He's a tsundere for VTubers. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Most are annoying. You know, I don't think most VTubers are annoying. I just think most people are annoying in general. I'm a very introverted person. So you want to head pat me? Well, you know, okay. Another thing to complain about. I vastly prefer streaming to YouTube over Twitch. I like the higher bitrate limit, which means I can have a better quality for streams. I like that everything I stream automatically gets saved permanently. I don't have to do the whole thing with trying to shuffle stuff between accounts. But yes, I have a problem with Twitch because of the way they run things. But I also have a problem with YouTube, aside from the obvious firearms related stuff, which we can complain about too. But YouTube really needs to step up their game when it comes to live streaming. They have recently added, no, I was not that kind of streamer. No, I was not that kind of streamer. No, but YouTube has recently added a clips channel, or a clips section on the channel, which means if you take a clip, which yes, YouTube has a clip system. It's kind of garbage, but it's there. But now if you make a YouTube clip, it'll actually show up on my channel. It's not just something you have to share on a third party. So they're making steps in the right direction, but it has been a long time since you've been able to stream to YouTube for a long time. But they still don't have redeems and stuff like Twitch does. You know? Why that cannot be that hard to implement. I want the system where people can throw stuff at you. I would have a redeem where you just like could throw guns at me or make empty casings fall on my head. That would be great. That'd be fantastic. But no, Twitch has that, but YouTube decides no, you don't get that. I wonder if I can claim this. No. There was lung cancer arc. Yeah. Smoking gives you lung cancer. Remember that. That's why we're just doing this in a video game. You better not be actually smoking right now. So, Sody Pop has a complaint. Okay, let's see. Oh, let me scroll back up. Sorry, I missed that. I was too in the zone complaining about things. Honest complaint, you're at a dead end job. Well, I know how that feels. That pays enough for me to cover bills and save, but I hate the management. Don't have a degree that is useful. I have had for my life finding, and maybe it's, I know it's probably the case for a lot of people around my age, late 20s. I have really had a struggle myself with, crappy jobs. I know how it is. Like it's rough out there, and I sympathize with you. I really do. The past couple years, I've actually worked in the education system, specifically special education. Hello, murder. That's a fun name you got there. I worked in education for past couple years, and it's specifically special education, and it's something I really truly enjoy. It's a fulfilling, a very fulfilling profession to be in. When I was working for the public schools, hey Fuse rated, hey Fuse, welcome. We're complaining today. So when I was working through the schools, the pay was abysmal, and they told me, "Oh, well, or the pay's not great, but we got good insurance." Well, then I started having more issues with. I have a leg that is not in great shape. It's got a lot of metal in it, and I started having issues with that leg, and I wanted to get it looked at, and the insurance wouldn't pay for it. So I got shit pay and shit insurance. They just lied about it. And so I worked in the school system for a couple years, and despite everything, it was a fulfilling job up until new administration came in and completely screwed over the special education department, which was not fun. Grandmother taught low functioning autistic kids and has the scars to prove it. Yeah, that you will absolutely get scars in that profession, but if you can actually get in a good position, it is very fulfilling work. So mid last year, at the end of the last school year, and well, it was summer 2023. The program I was working for, special ed program, got cut, so there wasn't anywhere for me to go, and so that was around the time I'd already been kind of doing this a little bit, and that was around the time when I had gotten monetized, so I started focusing on this as much as I could. And the deep voices is cybernetic augment. He is actually feeling no. Action sped programs is a travesty. It really is. But so I started doing this, and of course I'm very grateful for everyone that supports me through this and everything, through selling the mags with the mag project or super chats and all that stuff. I appreciate it, and it has kept my head above water for the most part. But now things are getting really difficult. Of course, last month especially was rough. And of course, it's not anybody's fault. No one is obligated to do anything for me, so I'm always just nothing but grateful. But with that bad kidney infection I had in November, and then with my more recent appendicitis scare, which thank God I didn't have appendicitis, but I went to the urgent care for that. So that's two $200 with no insurance, $200 visits to the urgent care clinic that I had to put on my credit card. And it's catching up to me, man. That I've probably got about $500 on a credit card, and I've got nothing in my bank account. And of course, some of y'all know, after I left the school system, I started trying to transition to the private sector, because, private sector, working with, working in kind of special educated therapy, more therapy, that does pay much better. And I got in with the company. I mean, I'm technically with this company. I had to get licensing to work specifically for the private sector, and I did get paid to take a class, but then I had to go and take a licensing exam, and I paid that out of my own pocket. It cost about $100 to take the licensing exam and then pay for my registration. And that was in December. I got my licensing exam towards the end of December. Got my license. So I am fully qualified to do the therapy work. And so far they just haven't given me any work. And it's been very frustrating, because, I'm in the hole now, and it's been well over a month, and they haven't actually given me any work. And it's frustrating, because what was the point? What was the point of paying me to take that class? Putting all that resources and everything, and, promising me good pay, to just say like, oh, we don't have any work available. After all that effort I put through, I took the training in like November, early November of last year. So I started trying to work with this company November, December, over 3 months ago. And they've still got nothing for me. So if they're both broke, want to go rob a bank. No, I don't want to end up like the North Hollywood guys. That's constructive dismissal. You can get unemployment. You think I'm correct? Well, I'm employed. They're just like, oh, we just don't have anything for you to do. And it's been tough. So I'm guessing I'm going to start looking for something else. I mean, at least I got a license out of it that I can potentially leverage somewhere else. I don't know. So I've been very, very, very stressed as of late, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Mom was applying for a ton of hospitals in the area she wants to move to, and only one ever ended up responding. It's like, what do you companies want? Yeah, and that's something else that seems like, so many places now are perpetually hiring. They're always hiring, but they never actually hire anybody. So it's like, do they just like the idea of, oh, we're hiring so they can stay short-staffed? Is that the new meta for companies now? Perpetually hiring, It's called ghost jobs. Then taking Fed money. That wouldn't surprise me. It's just, before I did get hired by this one company that hasn't given me any work, I probably applied for 300 places. 300 places. Can you link a vid? No, YouTube will block any links usually. 300 something places until I finally heard back from this one place. It's insane. Like having the option to get a new body at the drop of a hat they need. I suppose. Man, it's just with the economy being as garbage as it is right now. It's kind of hard not to feel a little helpless at times. And I generally try to keep things upbeat. I generally try to stay positive. So it's been a little tough, you know. Payday 2 string win. I don't think I have Payday 2. Heard Amazon pays well. I mean, first of all, I don't think there's any Amazon jobs near me, but second of all, like, how could you in good conscience work for a company like that? Honestly, though, minimum wage isn't high, and you know, I don't claim to be smart or know things, but I feel like it's not necessarily about minimum wage being too low or anything. I think it's more about for some reason, as everything has inflated, like the wages haven't gone up, which I don't really understand why. I'm not going to pretend to know why. And I think it's intentional. I think it's artificial. It's to make things difficult for the average person, in my opinion. When you're starting the economy, all the left-leaning news says how great the economy is, makes you realize you still don't hate journalists enough. That's true. You do not hate journalists enough. You do not. You may think you do, but you do not hate journalists enough. The reason is Biden. I mean, yeah, I other than gun stuff, I try not to get super political, but I mean, these past few years have definitely really sucked. Really have. Felt Lethal Company was an Amazon warehouse simulator. Companies say our Peru ally short staff for stay perpetually. Oh, that's another chef moment with a typo. Perpetually short staff for tax breaks and government money. I mean, that would make sense, but you know, most people will want unexpected expense from being financially ruined. Bro, you have no idea. You have no idea. I am right now, I'm hoping that I can continue to pay the minimum on my credit card every month right now. I've just given up. Like, I have some, if you're looking for work, McDonald's pays better than the military. That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I did get one place recently that at least responded to me, that is kind of in the same field that I've worked in. It's not specifically special education, but it's similar. But yeah, I still owe some money on a surgery from 2 years ago, and I have some student loan payments which were not worth it because the college kicked me out when I had some bad grades instead of letting me retake classes. So I've just kind of given up on trying to repay those for now. I mean, what are they gonna do? Well, I mean, what they can't squeeze any more money out of me, so you know. Sold your car for a few extra months or anything after your plans to move back home fell through for the time being. What? So you haven't actually gone home yet, Chef? You need to definitely try to work on that. Look how expensive living is. Just give us the government more power to regulate / give welfare. Yeah, that's another thing. You cannot. You're like when times are tough like this, you cannot regulate your way out of it. That is not possible. If you ever look at anything, you can use your knowledge of 3D printing or gunsmithing. You know, some people do like little 3D printing, like Etsy shops and stuff. The issue is when you have like an Etsy shop or something, the taxes on that are so high you have to be making a substantial amount of money for it to be viable. Like I think it was with like shops like that, depending on where you are, it may not be quite as bad where I live. I don't know. I have to look into it, but depending on where you are, you could be paying over half of what you make in taxes, like income tax. That's before, you know, sales tax and all that stuff. So I have like people that just have like little Ipsy shop. I have no idea how they manage that. I don't know. I feel like student loans are going to be like Social Security, where the whole system is going to have to collapse at some point. Oh yeah. California, never leave for. No, I will never set foot in California. California is the opposite side of the country for me. I'll never go there. The person who reported me to the feds lives in California. That's why the feds came to my house one time. They literally live on the other side of the country and thought they should report me to the feds. So I never want to go there. You get an FFL, guns and ammo are basically gold. I actually want to get an FFL, but that costs that's a little more expensive than you think it is. The initial payments are kind of high, and then there's a yearly payment, but right now the initial payments is more than I can afford right now. Self-employment taxes are a sham, to put it lightly. Yes, self-employment is a problem. Like the taxes, you know, even if you're not like having high taxes from self-employment, the average American, by the time when you get your check and then buy groceries, I think it's something like a third of your money has already, like over a third of your money has gone to the government, because you get, you know, taxing over like 25% of income tax, and then you're going to get 10% sales tax. So you don't even get to keep the money you get. That's why taxation is theft is such a thing, you know. It's like, that's why everybody says it, because it literally is. You get like $5,000 to get an FFL once everything is said and done. Yeah, it's definitely pricey. It's something you have to have money to invest in the first place. You also need a separate property for the FFL unless you want to give the feds a reason in your home whenever. Yeah, that's true. That's true, and that's also expensive, dude. Ugh. You're golf obsessed right now. You're happy because of it. Well, I'm glad you're happy. You know, this is kind of a rant, complaining stream or whatever, but the whole point of this is to kind of get past those things and feel better. You know, that's kind of what the point is. So if you're happy, that's great. And I want everybody to get past this and be happy. You know, that is my wish for all of you, is for you to be happy, to find happiness in life. And I hope part of the time you find happiness by coming here. And also you find happiness by liking and sharing my streams with people. But that is exactly what I want for you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You know, I know I am a minuscule, microscopic little streamer in the grand scheme of things. But I never even thought I would get this far. So, and, you know, and sometimes I do think about it as like, man, I wish, you know, I had a big audience. I have a good audience. I wish I had a big audience, you know. And sometimes, you know, you work on something, or you try to be entertaining, you feel like you're not doing good enough. That's something I struggle with a lot. I feel like I am the absolute worst streamer ever, and I have no idea why y'all are here. But you know, not good, we're evil. Well, you know what I meant. You are a good quality audience. Good quality audience. But you know, I do struggle with that a lot. You know, I used to before I started, you know, being active on the internet or whatever, I was okay with like nobody knowing I exist. In a way, you know, I was okay with thinking, you know, I'm gonna live my quiet little life, and then I'll die and be forgotten about. But Joe's made being kidnapped cool again. That's right. Yeah, all of you are kidnapped. You are mine now. You're my audience forever. You can't go anywhere. But you know, once I kind of started doing content creation and stuff, and you know, getting to know other people that do similar stuff, or just, you know, talking to people in the chat, all that, you know, I do kind of want to make something of myself. I still like my privacy, which is why I'm a VTuber. But you're not a VTweeter, so you're better than 90% of VTubers. That is, I guess that's fair. I mean, I do tweet way too much, but I also stream, so not afraid of dying, afraid of never having truly lived. Yeah, I want, you know, to, I guess, leave something behind now. And I guess this is kind of my little way of doing it, you know, and I hope I can continue to grow. I mean, things have been looking up, you know, I still have those highs and lows, and sometimes I wonder if I have some kind of personality disorder that's gone undiagnosed. Because guys don't get diagnosed with that kind of stuff. But, you know, we always feel like I shouldn't sometimes. Yeah. It is a struggle for me, a huge struggle. As long as you're on this side of the dirt, you're doing okay. That's true. That's true. I am alive. So I may not always feel like it, but I am alive. I don't know. Enough about me for now. I feel like I'm complaining about myself for too much. So I guess, since someone asked, some people might be curious. My thoughts on recent events. This week, it's only Monday, dude. It's only Monday. Oh, what a week. And you know, it's not even just like today. So start off with the first thing. You know, is yesterday to start off this week, another indie VTuber that I am acquainted with, Grimmy, she's like a horror VTuber. She announced that she is going to be basically ceasing like VTuber activities, you know, within the next month or so. And you know, I mean, we're just like acquainted. I'm not like gonna pretend like I'm her best friend or anything, but she was, you know, it was, you know, she streamed on Twitch, which, you know, I was Twitch, but I would lurk her stream sometimes, and she was really entertaining because she's a really good voice actor. She's basically like another Sawa. Like she's that good. And so that was kind of depressing. So, which, I mean, she said she would probably still do some content every once in a while, but that was depressing. And then I wake up this morning, and we all know what happened this morning. You know, I'm not one who pays a whole lot of attention to corporate VTuber stuff. You know, most of the people I follow are indies. You know, of course, then there's Pippa. You know, Maoshi. She's a corpo, but she works for a good company. But like when it comes to, you know, JMeZZ I, when it comes to them, there was a couple people. There's a couple people that I followed. Oh look, another thing to complain about. My freaking phone that does my tracking is once again not working. Why do you do this? Anyway, can't have Pippa as an Oshi. She's my Oshi. You don't, like, people can have the same Oshi. She's the reason I'm pun intended, she's the reason I went down the VTuber rabbit hole. So, you know, I would not be here doing this if it wasn't for her. So you know, she gets to be mine too. You actually really like the JMeZZ talents, but Jesus, the company is so cartoonishly bad. So, as of now, there is no talent at JMeZZ left that I really care about. You know, because there was a couple that I like actively followed. I liked Nina a lot, because I'm into Fox women, and I really liked her voice. So, you know, I followed her. I enjoyed watching her play the Mass Effect games. And then of course she left. And of course now with what, like today, man, like if you were completely in the dark and you didn't know, go watch another video because I don't feel like explaining it. But the fact that a company can behave like Space Marine put it, like so cartoonishly bad. I started watching Zom 100, you know, the zombie, you know, Bucket List of the Dead anime, and you know, at the beginning, the dude works for like this horrible company, and it's like that's almost, I guess, you know, it's supposed to be kind of like a parody or like showing how some of these companies can be, right? But JMeZZ like seems to actually be like that, like that, like they were like one of those like really bad companies, right? Thanks for the super chat, Sean. The power of money, I force you to explain this. Okay, what's the timeline? Celine's always had trouble with JMeZZ. They would consistently like mess up her projects and stuff. Let me see. You know, they would, you know, block her from doing stuff, block her from having fun, basically doing things. Christmas time, she released a cover song that she spent 15 grand of her own money to produce. She spent 15 grand to produce a cover song with like a nice animated video and everything along with it. And it immediately got taken down. And of course, then she tweeted about it, like the management took it down, and it was a good song, it was a good video. And it seems like that I think it was some kind of retaliatory act. Like, I don't know, she did something that made them upset, you know, and they're trying to I think the stuff that they would do to her was retaliation, which, you know, should be very illegal, but it's a Japanese company, so I don't know. Thanks for the super chat, Shotgun Badger Bob. Thank you. So after that, she goes silent. You know, total social media blackout. She's not streaming or anything. And she has an alternate, like a past life or alternate account, personal account, whatever, which is Doki Bird, which go follow her, by the way. She gained like almost 200,000 subscribers today since all this happened on her like previous account. So they were behaving retaliatory toward blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently, she ended up in the hospital, and it has now been confirmed she attempted self-Minecraft because of how poorly she was treated, apparently by the company and other, like, it's believed to be both management and some other talent in the company were treating her that badly that drove her to that. And we also know that a lot of the tweets that were on her main account were not made by her because they were supposedly after she got stealth suspended. So they were tweeting like her management was tweeting on her Twitter account. So, you know, the shady stuff like that. And apparently, she ended up in like legal talks with them about she wanted to leave. And she wanted them to like take responsibility for stuff or whatever. All kinds of stuff. And they apparently they weren't having it. You know, they didn't want to work with her legal counsel. I don't really know the details. But then today, you know, way early in the morning, they wiped her entire YouTube channel, like without telling anybody, completely. Like all videos, all VODs, everything is gone, which I think someone did archive it, but they wiped her YouTube channel. And then after they wiped her channel, they put out the notice that they were terminating her contract. And they didn't even tell her directly. She only found out that she was terminated because she just happened to be awake from playing video games when they released the notice. So they didn't even give her a warning beforehand. So she was able to put out a response and everything. And you can go to like her Doki Bird Twitter account and you can see her responses and stuff. What does graduation mean for VTubers? Is it permanent? Graduation, from what I understand, it's for, I'm not well versed in Japanese culture. But from what I understand, it comes from something that their celebrities do, where if someone leaves a company or leaves a like an affiliation or whatever on good terms, like if they're leaving and like there's no hard feelings, then they refer to it as a graduation. Of course, Celine was terminated, so it was not good terms. So, yeah, it can mean that they're not showing that character. If it's a company, then like they're gone. They're just gone. If it's like an indie, you know, maybe they could come back and, you know, and resume independent activities like Celine did, or what's her name now? I think it's go by Brie. I think she was like with V Reverie. Followed her because she was a funny Fox girl, and then, you know, then she graduated, and then went back to her previous persona. Celine's mom said a takeover on her Twitch channel until it got taken down. It was on her YouTube channel. I actually saw that happen. I think it was YouTube. Yeah, because I saw that go down, because they were trying to get the word out about her other account, which they managed to, which is good. But yeah, it's, people have been saying for a while that it's a bad company, and now we have confirmation, like real good confirmation. There's a video of the comments from one of the stream waiting rooms with Freebird playing over that. That's funny. But yeah, she I'm gonna go look actually. I'm gonna pull it up right now and go to YouTube. I want to say because she had like I want to say it was like less than 50K on her previous channel. Doki Bird. I'm just gonna pull it up and look right now. She's at 209,000 subscribers. So that's probably nearly 200K in a single day over this. That fast because of because all this has gone down, which I was very happy to see, because you know like I said, I only paid attention to a couple Niji Sanji VTubers, and she was one of them. It was at something like 25K. Yeah, it was you know comparatively to corpo VTubers, it was a relatively small channel, and now it's now she's gonna have a lot of people watching her on that channel now. So I'm happy about that. But Niji Management was playing Rosemary. All she wanted to do was play Tekken, and they made her stop. All correct, I actually watched Rosemary's previous incarnation. She's so sweet. See, I passively followed Rosemary because I think she's cute. Her character is adorable. But I never like actively followed her. And at this point, you know, now like any Niji Sanji channel or person or whatever, I've like, except for, you know, I'm still following Celine and Nina on Twitter, I think, you know, just out of the principle of the thing. But all the other ones, like I'm not going to follow them anywhere. I'm not going to subscribe to any channels. I'm not going to do any of that because, and it sucks because it's not their fault. But if you do anything, if you follow them or send or like buy merch, which you should not buy Niji Sanji merch anyway, because they get what, like 2% of the cut. Their cut is 2% of their revenue of their merch. So you should be buying stuff from them anyway. But so you can't support that kind of behavior from a company. As much as it sucks. As much as it sucks, you just it's not like things will never change. Like you buy JMeZZ merch instead. Yeah, totally. But and you know, you don't want to give Niji, but yeah, it's that they are undeserving of being a company, in my opinion. Use code JMeZZ. Yeah, use code JMeZZ. Where is it? Yeah, use code JMeZZ, themagproject.com. Get a cool custom laser engraved magazine. 2024 is really trying to be a year for VTubers in general. It's only February, dude. It's February 5th. It's insane. But I'm kind of hoping that not just Niji, but I guess the corporate VTuber world as a whole gets, you know, there's, I don't know, maybe kind of a change in the way things are. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's, I don't know. I don't know if things are going to change. I don't know. My hope, my honest to goodness hope, is that Niji Sanji burns to the ground. Metaphorically. They do not need the Kyoto animation treatment. But I hope that the consequences of this are actually felt. And like I said, I am not very well versed on Japanese culture. But I have heard about how the work culture is there and how people just kind of go along with the awful things that companies will do. And that sucks, you know, because Japanese culture has a lot of cool things. I wouldn't be a weeb if they didn't. But The KyoAni arsonist got the death penalty. Good, he deserved it. Artists already refusing to do commissions for NIJI. Yeah, that's true. Shout out to PK Patchworks. PK Patchworks. He was planning. I know he was planning to do a Selene patch, and he put on Twitter. He immediately emailed them and canceled all plans for that, because he doesn't want to give NIJI any kind of support, which is good. That's very. Shout out to all the artists and the companies that decided, you know, we're not going to work with them anymore. They need to feel that pressure, and I think this. I mean, they've shot themselves in the foot plenty of times. They've shot themselves in the foot with a Glock with a switch on it a few times, but this is going to be. I think this is going to be the one that really hurts. I don't pay that much attention, but like I don't see how you walk away from that. Like the fact that your management and other people that work for the company bullied someone who is such a nice person, right? Didn't expect you to talk with this, but I appreciate it. Well, we're just complaining today. It's a thing to complain about. We complained about plenty of things. If you want to complain about something, you feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. We're just gonna complain. Sometimes you just gotta get those things off your chest, you know. PK makes a hell of a patch. Yeah, PK makes good patches. Me and PK are acquainted. I've never done any work with PK. I do my patches with Aho Works, but still, good dude. But the only way, and I don't even know if things would change, dude. Like at least maybe on the English side of VTubers things can change, right? At least on the English side. Like most of the time, I'm like, you know, if there's, you know, something with, you know, Japanese culture or whatever, you know, Westerners don't gotta get in there and try to fix the Japanese culture. That's what annoying Twitter people want to do. That's not a thing. But when it comes to work culture, idol culture, maybe just a little bit of Western influence would be good for them. I don't know if it'll ever happen, because there's one guy, what's his name? He's popped up in my YouTube algorithm a couple times. I want to say maybe his name is Shogo. He talks about like Japanese cultural issues and in like a way Westerners can understand. And how do I put this? You know what? Like, it seems not everybody, but the Japanese as a whole, they're fucking bootlickers, man. That's the only way I can put it. They're bootlickers. Just as a whole. Like, that's the only way I can think to put it. Like, if someone in seniority can have the most batshit off the wall idea or want or something, you know, whether it's in your work or your family or whatever, and you just kind of have to go with it. Collectivism is poison. Yeah, standing out or speaking out Japanese culture is highly frowned upon. Yeah, and that's you know, I'm not gonna pretend to be like I know stuff. I've never been to Japan, you know. I watch anime. I like Japanese food. I've watched a couple things about the culture and how to be polite to Japanese people, if I ever met one. But like, I don't know. But just from an outside perspective, like, you can't help but be like, man, It's like, I like you people. I like you people, but man, you gotta deal with that. I don't know. Japan's current social functions date back to the samurai and the Bushido codes. Yeah, they're a homogeneous society. It works along with the outside influence. They just don't know how to deal with our retarded views. And and that's the other thing. Like, I think it's, it's a good thing that they're able to keep their culture without having to be influenced by outsiders and stuff. Like, I think that's a good thing for the most part. But you also gotta, I don't know, maybe is it a lack of accountability for corporations? Is it, I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know. There are good things about both Japanese and American culture. I like to see them both. People, well, of course, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. The world sucks most of the time. You gotta find the little things to keep you sane. Want America's guns freedoms exported everywhere just to see what happens. I do too. I do too. That only because I hate any and all government everywhere. And what do governments hate? What do governments hate? They hate people that can take care of themselves. One of the things that is the most important for taking care of yourself is being armed. That's why I love the 3D printing stuff so much, dude. Because you can do it anywhere. Like the FGC-9, like the face of printed guns, it was developed in Europe of all places. In Europe. The freaking Europeans, dude. If they can do it, anybody can. I don't know, but that's we've gone on a long tangent about VTuber stuff, and now we're talking about guns in Germany. Yeah, it was in Germany. Government break your legs just so it can give you crutches and brag about helping. Yes, 100%. You are correct, sir. You are correct. That is a perfect metaphor. I like that metaphor a lot. Shinzo Abe told them to have sex and they killed him. That's true. That is true. That is also true. You know if there's a way to make percussion caps for black powder? There you can make. There is. I'm sure some. I mean, some of you that follow me already know about Suckboy Tony, who does the electric ignition black powder 3D printed rifle, which means you don't even need primers. You just need homemade black powder. I tell you what, since we're complaining, and I've already talked about the VTuber stuff, and we're talking about guns, let's complain about the gun community. How about we do that? Since we're getting it all out there tonight. Ugh. Never in my life, aside from VTubers, never in my life have I seen so much drama than from the gun world. It is all the time. All the time. And for most of my career as an online guy that is somewhat involved in the gun world, I have tried to avoid it. And it is becoming almost impossible to avoid. You know? How I managed to pick two of the most dramatic ass hopping. I know, right? I feel the same way. VTubers and guns. Why? Why does it both have to be that way? But it's every day now. Every day. And it's not just, it's every faction. Like, there's different factions in the gun world, and it's every day with every single one of them. It's insane. I even accidentally started a Twitter war one time. Those of you who've been around for long enough, you know, it was around the time I first decided to be a VTuber, like over a year ago. And the whole thing about I like protecting my real identity. That's why I use an online pseudonym, why I'm a VTuber. I don't want people to know who I am in real life, because people have already called the feds on me, and the feds got my information by subpoenaing YouTube. So could you imagine what would happen if the people that want to call the feds on me knew my actual information? Or something like that, right? So I like to protect that. And one simple conversation where I said, I like to keep my real face covered when on video or on a live stream, or I like to use my fancy new little avatar that I'm making. That one conversation just spiraled into one of the biggest Twitter flame wars I've ever seen in my life that I have been in any way involved in. And I didn't want to be involved in it. I just accidentally started it because I don't want people to see my real face. And the repercussions from that are still being felt to this day. I still see the memes and the lingering arguments and all of that from that one innocuous comment where I said, yeah, bruh, I like to keep my face covered. And it still hasn't ended. Every argument against online anonymity boils down to wanting the bank account of the guy with the Vegeta avatar who called me a dumb white. Yes, that is a classic quote there. Good quote. This was the gun community. Yes, more specifically, it was mostly 3D printed gun community. Yeah, Pro Space Dog was there. PSR does it. Yeah, well, yeah, PSR is, you know, very famous. At least, you know, in the gun world. This guy's never heard of Ruby Ridge? I don't know. So yeah, that is still going. And you know, and it's every day it's something new. It's something new. There's these little factions. These little factions that like to argue with each other and hate each other for some reason. And I don't know why. Because I've been in like the 3D printing world since, you know, around like active in around 2021, summer of 2021. So all of this happened long before I was around, and yet the beef is still going on. And sometimes I get sucked into it accidentally, and it's very annoying. Who would be against anonymity in a hobby like that aside from gun grabbing? And that's the thing. Sometimes it's like prominent or semi-prominent people that are like, oh, well, I show my face. So, and if you don't show your face, then your opinion doesn't matter. No, my opinion matters. And I am anonymous just like the freaking founding fathers were. They use pseudonyms and stuff. But I'm not even necessarily that worried about the feds. I'm already on an ATF watch list. I know that. When they came to my house, they told me that they monitor my social media and stuff. Like, I know about it. I'm not that worried about it because I don't do anything illegal because I know they're watching me. What I am worried about is some psychopath who thinks that I am single-handedly supplying the American Al-Qaeda with 3D printed assault rifle 15s, so they decide that they have to come crash their car into my house, right? That's what I would be most worried about. Some nutcase, some nutcase who thinks that I am going out and actively killing animals so I can turn them into oil to make plastic to make guns. Like, that is what I am worried about. Right? But no, they're like, oh, you're not willing to put your name and your face and your social security number on your opinions about guns? Well, you don't matter. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. What about Power World? Oh yeah, Powered is fun. I'm gonna play that tomorrow, by the way. We're just gonna relax tomorrow and grind in Power World. They think we're squirrel stapler. See? Anonymous speech is a healthy foundation of a free society. Yes, and you know, if you want to have your name attributed to what you say, that's fine, bro. I don't got any issue with that. You just shouldn't tell me that I have to do it or I don't matter, right? And I know the internet's dead, you know, dead internet theory, all that stuff. It's mostly bots, probably, like they say. But I don't know. I always hate it when you see the people as like, oh, your Twitter profile picture isn't your face. Opinion discarded, bot. It's like, no. You can like come to my channel and say I'm not a bot. Bots have more of a filter than I do, but it's very frustrating, you know. And even with, it's like, you know, I like I said, I don't try to get too political here, but even people that I would agree with politically, that are a little more freedom and liberty minded, and they're like, you should have to use your ID to use twitter.com. No, I'm not going to let you dox me to the entire world because you don't like it when someone makes fun of you on the Funny Bird app. No, you're stupid and I don't like you anymore. Please tell chat the story of you and LTT. Seriously, that thread was gold. What was it? Just me, but yeah, one time Linus Tech Tips made a 3D printed Twitter post, and it was like 90% 3D printed guns. So yeah. You have the worst OPSEC on earth because you're dumb and lazy. Well, you know, you do better than most. You're using real IDs for Twitter. Just issue a shells or credit score. Why don't you? Yeah. Well, and it's not just in there. You got God, that one Warhawk lady. What's her freaking name? I don't know. She's one of the women trying to run for president. I don't even remember her name. I remember seeing her. She's like, on the internet, you should have to show your real name and face. It's like, are you crazy? You just don't like people. You just don't like people with anime avatars, disproving you on Twitter. Nikki Haley, yeah, that one. She's so irrelevant. I don't even remember her name. You called me a name on the interwebs. Police arrested me. That's how it goes, dude. That's how it goes. I don't understand. And you know, I'm not necessarily, well, I'm kind of too young, but also I grew up without internet access. So I didn't really get to see when the internet was like truly a free place. I didn't get to experience that. Now I deal with whatever it is we have now. We're like, I don't even know if I'll be able to keep this VOD up because I talked about guns. YouTube might come after me for that. You know, I don't know. You never know anything. Like you could get Alex Jones off of everything if the right person notices you and doesn't like you, right? You don't have to experience it. You can just ask Jack to tell you a story. Jack who? What? I used to have a lot more freedom. Well, I'm sure it did, yeah. I never got to experience that. Oh, Jack, the schizo on my Discord. Oh, okay. I can download this VOD and send it over to you if you want. I mean, I think we'll probably be okay. I don't know. I'd like to keep this VOD up, just because, you know, it's all things. You know, I'm surprised so many of you. I'm surprised so many of you decided you like to watch me complain about things. Like, what's up with that, dude? We got a big crowd here tonight just because I feel like complaining. Well, because y'all wanted me to complain. Is that how you see me? Is that how you see me? You just like it when I'm upset? One of my comfiest streams. Someone did tell me Saturday they do like the comfier stuff. So thank you for becoming a member, Echo. I guess. Are you kidding? Pippa and Kirsha are the best and they're just ranting? 42 people is obscene for this, yeah. Which, by the way, thanks to everybody who is stopping by. My goal for this year is to average 50 viewers per stream. So, you know, if you could make this a regular thing, you know, we might just reach that goal. But liking and sharing the stream helps, you know, all that. If everybody all likes it at one time, I think that gives it a boost. So someone told me that, but I guess I feel like I'm doing better at just being talkative. If we're gonna be a little positive for a minute, I think I am doing better. You know, I don't know. Maybe I just need to try to be more comfy even when I'm playing games. Though when I play stuff like Elden Ring, it may not be as easy, but you never know. With chatting, you don't feel the pressure to make a snappy comment for everything that's just happening in the video game. Yeah, that's true. And I do enjoy chatting with all of you. You are great people. Thanks for the gifted membership, Best Madness. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Look at that, Christopher Stern was the lucky recipient. Very nice. You're not showing this to your grandparents? I don't know. I don't know if you would want me to be your grandparents' exposure to VTubers. Yeah. Yeah, here's something. This is not necessarily a complaint, but it's kind of a funny rant. I have noticed why are a significant. I think I just pull up the analytics on my phone real quick, because I want to see if I get like an actual percentage here. For the audience, just for live streams. I'm not going to count shorts. Why are a significant portion of you over the age of 45? Like 25 to 34 is my biggest percentage. 47%. That's around my age. You know, I'm 28. But 20% of you are 35 to 44. And 5% of you are 45 to 54. And there are people that are 60, older than 65, that watch me. There are people that are over 65? Really? Why are you here? I mean, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, but don't you have grandkids by now? Kids lie about age. I mean, maybe. Hags hit you up. No, the hags should hit me up. I mean, okay, there are several of you that like admit in my chat, like you're like in your 40s or 50s. Like some of you have admitted to it because you say I make you feel old, but I appreciate all of you though. I appreciate all of you for real. It's just funny. It's just funny. You're not even in 30 yet. Same brother, same. VTuber fans don't procreate. Well, you know, I would like for you to procreate. Gotta get that population back up. Just don't do it while you're watching me. That'd be weird. But you know, I only stream it in in the evenings. You know, you got plenty of time. You got plenty of time. Can't believe we got to bully JMeZZ for being 30 next year. I got time before I hit 30. I don't even feel like I'm not far off from 30, bro. Maybe it's because, you know, I've had a few injuries that kind of cut into my life some, like a back injury, a bad leg injury. When I had the bad leg injury, I basically couldn't walk on my own for 2 years because I shattered all the bones. So, I mean, physically, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm getting old sometimes. I feel it, but you know, like really, I don't know. I feel like I'm still like 20 years old sometimes. It's like, why the hell am I considered an adult? I don't know. Well, you know, Top Hat, if you're scared of that, I can't help you there. Daughter's still in her teens and watches from time to time. The hamster game we both were watching while I showed you how to tie a ghillie. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time spending time with your daughter. That's great. Be a good dad. New parasocial VTuber better be the oldest one watching. You're old and you're still thinking of yourself as a kid. I know, yeah. Who knows? I may always feel like a kid. I don't know. It just be like that. Well, what's going on in your guys' lives? You got something you need to rant about? Something you want me to rant about? What's going on with you? I like to know what's going on in your lives. I like to interact with you. You take a drag on the cigarette light and yeah, if I click, we take a drag on the cigarette. I can't do anything. I can't light them up or anything, but you know. You're gonna go golf tomorrow? Well, that's a positive thing. I hope you enjoy it. But that's a positive thing. We're complaining today. We'll be positive tomorrow. Think you're going to World War III? You know, I don't want to think about it, but that might be the case, dude. And I don't know how that's going to go. I really have no clue. And you know, maybe we'll get lucky and it won't escalate that much. But it, you know, with everything that's wrong with me mentally and physically, I most likely can't be drafted, even though I am of draftable age. But I have siblings that are draftable age. Some of them have been in the military already, so I don't know if that would prevent a draft. But you know, if something like that happens, shit, dude, I'll drive. We can go to Mexico. I don't know. You can just cross that border anyway. So please get angry about China. I'm always angry about China. Always angry about China. The only good thing about China is the Chinese food that we have in America. And that's not even real Chinese food, so. Metal in your leg, know what they're coming for. Yeah, there's a lot of metal in my leg. There's no way. We're in a scary time, dude. We're in a scary time, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to think about it. I have no clue. No idea. It's not gonna be fun. Let me scroll up. What else do we have to talk about? Grandma had to go to the hospital for sepsis. Your mom has bronchitis and infection in her sister from. Well, Claire, I hope they all get better. That is rough. No, I hope they get better. Space Dog says I'm burnt out on CAD stuff, so I'm uploading a bunch of mostly finished projects for people to hurt themselves with. You got to manage the burnout, dude. You can't let that get too crazy. I think in a way I'm kind of lucky to where I'm have a bit of a resistance to burnout. It's probably because of my ADHD and I'm constantly wanting to do something different. But at least with like this kind of stuff that I'm doing here, I'm kind of a little resistant to the burnout. I hope that stays. But got a lot of metal in your leg. You should bring a really big magnet with me. It's like titanium. I don't think I've never had magnets stick to my legs, so I don't think titanium is magnetic. Trying to take a walk every day and not eat before bed, it helps a lot. Yeah, that's generally what I try to do. Bad eyes made you get your pilot's license through civilian means. Once the kids are out of the house, you want to get an airplane again. Well, since you have self-admitted bad eyes, be careful with that. You're part of the reason I'm scared of flying. You're part of the reason I'm scared of flying. Good luck with that, I guess. Cowboy Bebop did irreparable damage to your taste in Chinese food. I get Bill Person beef every time I get Chinese food. Can we make the NFA go away? Like, can we lobby Congress? Also want to be a pilot. The NFA, dude. That's another thing. The NFA, out of all the things, out of all the stupid laws we have, the NFA is one of the stupidest. And as much as I want to hope, as much as you see winning in the courts with other gun rights and stuff, part of me is afraid that at least in my lifetime the NFA will never get overturned. And I mean, and it sucks because you simply ignore the laws. Well, I'm on a Fed watch list. I have to be careful. 1 to 30 print firearms. The state just made it double illegal. Oh, that sucks. It's legal in most places. You could probably just move. You'll be fine. But it's over half states are constitutional carry now. Most places are getting more and more gun friendly, but from what I have heard, apparently it's a lot of those organizations that lobby for gun rights, that go to court and everything, they have a vested interest in the NFA never being overturned, because it always gives them something to fight for that they're never going to get. Because it's just like with any other organization. If you have an organization for the rights of the people, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff, your goal should be to make yourself obsolete. But they don't want to do that because that's how they make money. So I genuinely think that the rights we have already lost, we're probably not going to get back. And that really sucks to think about. We don't need the NFA to always have an enemy. California, New York are prime examples of that. Yeah, but they're just two states. You know? They don't want the NFA to have no jobs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If the NFA was gone, the boys in the NRA, GCA, I like FPC, but if it was gone, they wouldn't have any jobs. What would they do? What would they do? You know, Fudbusters worked for the FPC for a while. And from what I understand, he left because he realized, you know, that they do better than most, but they're still invested in keeping their jobs, basically. That's what they're invested in. So, I like the somber music playing here. I could put the happier music on. Fudbusters went rogue. Good. Yes, Fudbusters is a cool guy. He's a cool guy. He still never followed me back, but he's a cool guy. Spent 50 grand on this machine gun. Now they can just buy them for 3,000 new now. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Yeah, the people who have machine guns worth, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand, they don't want the NFA to be overturned because their investment suddenly lost value. They would rather you not have your rights than lose that investment. Yeah. Sucks how much power we've surrendered to politicians. Yeah, and it's right now it looks like we're gaining ground, but I don't like the stuff that we have like truly lost. I don't think we'll ever get back. I do think at the very least, I think within my lifetime, the SBR and SBS regulations will be removed. I at least think that, because that is something that's very close, especially with pistol braces and stuff. But a lot of the other things, you know, full auto, suppressors even, that's probably never, because suppressors are money makers, dude. I want one. I would love to have one. Like especially on my home defense rifle, I'd love to have a suppressor, because, you know, I don't keep ear pro by my bed. I want to be, you know, fully spatial aware. If you know, if something's happening, I gotta use that thing next to my bed. But you have to pay an extortion fee to the government for the privilege of buying a can that can cost, you know, $1,000 from some people. You know? You don't think it can stand against the actual constitutional party and power? So that's the thing, dude. It's all one big club, and us peasants aren't in it. You're either going to get people in office that are actively going to try to take your rights away. You're going to get people in office who are just going to passively, you know, at least they're not taking more things away, but they're not going to give you anything. Buying a can allows the ATF to search your house anytime too. Yeah, see? It's all just ridiculous. Especially loose hearing, because someone broke in my house, they're not going to be happy with how I respond to them doing it. Yeah. Kick the doomer shit, get involved, run for office, gain power for yourself. Bro. I think the world will be a lot better if every politician just stopped being a politician and there were just no politicians ever. I don't think I could be one. I don't think I could be one. I would if I was a politician, I would probably get JFK'd immediately. Honestly. uh, but you know what? That's what today's stream is for anyway. Today we're complaining. Tomorrow we'll be positive. Today we're complaining. Force them to take a vow of poverty for the right to serve. Can't stand the BS of politics. That's all politics is, dude. That's why for the most part I just hate talking about it too. I mean, we're complaining today. It's whatever. But for the most part I hate talking about it because it's all just stupid. It's reasons for people to get mad at each other. It's reasons for people to hurt each other. It's reasons for people to take things from you. That's all politics is. Vivek at least brought deleting the ATFs to the combo for the first time that you're aware of. That's true. That is true. We can hope. We can hope. C4 in the pizza roll. You know, C4 is edible. I have military friends that have told me about C4 being edible. Let's check. The ATF was trying to fight them over that. What did I miss? You don't have to get a tax stamp if you're in Texas and special was made in Texas. Yeah, so from what I understand with that, you can do it and the Texas authorities won't come after you. But the feds still can if they want to. Basically. So the Fed has too much power. Feds have way too much power, dude. There's a difference between edible and non-toxic. That's fair. That's fair. Even George Washington went after whiskey distillers. It was doomed from the start. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't drink, so. HB 9 files over prevents Texas state resources to be allowed to enforce Federal National Firearms Act, respect to silent suppressors or gun mufflers. Yeah, basically, yeah, but like the federal police from like Washington or whatever could probably still come to you. In the Federal Reserve, and other federal government. End it all. End it all. I'm no anarchist. I think you know, having some local government isn't that bad if it's people from your community. Federal government shouldn't exist. Should never have existed in the first place. Like anarchists, but they're silly boys, you know. Oh, the anarchists. Oh, the anarchists. Oh, want to complain about the anarchists? Want to do that? I know some of them, but you know, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that use the "I'm an anarchist" title to cover up that they're actually an authoritarian that wants to hurt everybody that doesn't agree with it. And they call themselves anarchists. I have seen a lot of quote unquote anarchists blatant, you know, and some of them like in the gun community, they blatantly talk about how they want to cause harm to people who might slightly disagree with them. People who might have moderately right-leaning views. You know? And they'll follow me. And I'm like, bro, you're talking about me. I grew up living in the South. I'm kind of a right-leaning, slightly libertarian, you know, leave me alone, don't tread on me guy. I go to church on Sunday. You know, I try to be nice to people, but I don't have to agree with you to be nice to you, kind of stuff. And you're talking about hurting people like me because I don't conform to your totally anarchist views? You know, I see that a lot. And that is very frustrating. Are you one of those right-wing extremists I should be worried about? Yeah, yes. 100%. 100%. I like guns. I want people to leave me alone. You know, I like traditionally American things, like pizza and burgers. And yes, I know it's a joke, but I like being an American. So yeah, I'm one of those right wing extremists Twitter warned you about. But you see it all the time. And then, oh God, I mean, we all know, or a lot of you know, who, you know, maybe in the scene, about the two anarchist accounts that were arrested for possession of very, very bad things. Very bad things. Things that, as someone who has worked in, you know, childcare and therapy, things that make me violently sick to my stomach and very, very angry. They're bad. Yeah. And so, and you know, they're quote unquote anarchists, and it's not necessarily about them being anarchists. It's the quote unquote anarchist accounts that I saw defending them. Right? Now, I believe in due process. I believe in innocent till proven guilty. But I also don't, like, if I personally have seen, you know, what appears to be, you know, something has happened. There's stuff that makes you look fishy, makes you look untrustworthy. I, as an individual, don't have to interact with you or have any part of what you're doing whatsoever. But at the same time, trying to defend that is unimaginable to me. Right? It's the people that are like, I can't even believe the people that they say consumption, according to them, is not bad compared to, according to them, the production. And no, that is not true. It is just as evil, just as heinous. All right, so are you one of those long-haired country boys Mr. Charlie Daniels says you need to leave alone? Yeah, pretty much. This is another reason why anonymity is so important. At this age, you're responsible for yourself and those who interact with you. Yeah, that's another thing. The people that try to, like, why is this person following you? I don't know. My Twitter account is nearing 9,000 people. I don't know 10% of them. You know? Jesus. But no one should be around that kind of content anyways. It's not something you should be consuming. Yes, exactly. It's disgusting. And then, you know, there was another thing. There was another thing that also kind of bothered me about it. Misclick, very sorry. Huh? What? Oh. Isn't that what the anarchists shit on the libertarians for? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there are bad people. There probably are bad people following me. I'm sure there are. And there ain't nothing I can do about it. I cannot go through and investigate all. Where am I at now? We'll get an accurate count. We'll get an accurate count. How the hell am I supposed to know what all 8,549 of my Twitter followers think? What am I supposed to know about how many 1,569 nice people that are subscribed to my YouTube channel? How am I supposed to know about them? You can't even see who subscribes to you unless they've got it public. And since we're transitioning into this though, like follower policing and all that kind of stuff, why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Aside from, you know, real heinous shit, there are some people that I follow that I may not agree with all the time. There are some people that I really don't agree with, and I don't like actively hate them, but I won't follow them back. But there are some people I do follow that we may not agree on everything. But you're not going to come to me unless they're doing something gross and illegal. Don't come to me and be like, why are you following this person? Because first of all, I'm just going to drag you and make fun of you. But, you know, some people love guilt by association. That's true, yeah. Of course, have bad people following you. I know I'm one of them. Yeah. We get a little silly on that Twitter. Yeah, we do. High school mentality. Yeah. It's just, ugh. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, yeah. You go through some of the people I follow and unfollow them, and either outgrew them or they went off the deep end. So yeah, see, that's another thing. I was kind of putting it off, kind of feeling bad about it. The other day, I unfollowed like 60 people, and I was kind of afraid that some people might notice and get mad at me, but nobody has so far. But there's been several, and you know, 3D gun printers. I love y'all. I do. I really do. But I am not going to interact with communists just because they're okay with me owning guns right now. Because communists only allow you to own guns until they don't want you to have guns anymore. And I don't know why in some circles, I don't know why it is such a controversial thing to say that communists are just as bad as the Nazis. They're just as bad. And I don't care if your favorite gun printer, gun designer, I don't care if he comes up with the coolest stuff. If he's a communist, I want nothing to do with him. And I never will. And you know, I'm not gonna be like calling people out. I'm not gonna be a dick about it. But you know, some people have been like, why aren't you following this person? Well, because they're a commie. I don't want to. Follow who I want. Tanky, commie, or ancom. I don't care, dude. Not like unless you're some hippie. If you're like, wouldn't even necessarily even call it a commie, but if you're a hippie, that there's 10 hippies on a farm, you know, with the goats, and they're eating the goat cheese and they're doing whatever. I guess it's a commune. It's not really communism, because you know that works. You know, if you got like a family or a little tribe back in the medieval days, but actual communists, I want communist government. You know, the thing that has killed more people than anything else in the world. I don't want anything to do with it. Communists are the easiest faction to hate. They literally exist only to serve bureaucracy and government. Yeah. Hippie commune is not communism. I guess it is kind of a distinction, isn't it? But yeah, I don't care. Maybe some people will get mad at me for it, but I don't want to, because I know the pro 2A communists. As soon as they ever get into power, they're going to try to take my guns away. They're going to try to hurt me because I don't agree with their ideology. they only want me to be a temporary gun owner. They don't want me to have that my whole life. They don't want me to fully have that right. And you know, I've said this before. You can be pro 2A. You can be super pro 2A. Everybody deserves the right to keep and bear arms. Literally every person. Even if I don't like you, you have that right. But I don't got to hand you a gun if you're going to shoot me with it. You're on your own. You have the right to get a gun, sure. If you can go get one yourself. Like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't gotta supply you with anything. Now, I could rant about comics for a long time though. We were reading about some communist farmer that raised alpacas, but they were incompetent, so they kept dying. The one strong guy had to spend all day digging pits to bury the alpacas. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Communists are usually felons and losers who can't own guns, and their opinions on guns are all projection. Arm the homeless? I mean, you know, if the homeless want to be armed, they can. I mean, that's up to them. Guns are expensive, though. I'm not going to give you mine. Any flag in bios or red flag? No, not any flag. Not any flag. If you have a Brazilian flag in your bio, I know you're going to be funny. I know you're going to be funny if you have a Brazilian flag in your bio. Communism is the absolute definition of failure. Yes, you're right. That's my terrible Liberty Prime impersonation. Shots fired as a karaoke. Yeah. There's a significant amount of people. I have quite a few mutuals that are Brazilian. They're funny people. I like the Brazilians. They're funny. You should sing Ain't I Right by Mighty Robbins. You do not want me to sing, dude. You don't want me to sing. My singing voice is not great, to say the very least. My singing voice is not great. Why do you think communist flags are red flag? Yeah. Karaoke stream. Listen. I would actually sing Pippa the Ripper. No, I can't make my voice go that high. Not anywhere near close to that. I honestly, I wouldn't mind singing for y'all at some point, but I'm very self-conscious because, okay, so when I was still in college, we'll just explain. You're going to get some lore here, I guess. When I was in college, you know, I played the drums. So I was kind of in the music program. And I took voice lessons for a little bit. And it was, you know, with the director of, you know, the music department. Really good dude. Very, very talented guy. He could play just about every instrument that existed. He could sing any part. Like he literally could go from soprano to bass, like kind of like range. This old guy, band kid point. I was a drumline band kid. That means I was the cool one. Okay, it's completely different. I sound like a drummer. Yeah. So you know, I had brief voice lessons with this guy, and he essentially told me, because I had no like real experience trying to sing or whatever. He basically told me, he's like, you're not a good singer, but you have potential. You just need the training. Like you have the base you need to be a singer. You're just not there. You know. So but like stuff happened, and I never like continued the voice lessons. And honestly, like, there are songs I like to cover. I have song ideas. Of course, you know, with me being ADHD, it's really bad trying to get the idea from brain to paper, that does not work very well. But maybe, you know, once we have some financial stability, that is my big goal right now. It's financial stability. Play the drums for us on stream, the Guitar Hero drums. Oh, dude, Guitar Hero drums suck. I would like to eventually get an electric drum set though. I can't. I had to sell my nice. I had a nice silver drum set that I loved, but I had to sell it. Because I mean I couldn't play the drums where I live now. It's too loud, and I needed the money. But maybe I'll eventually get like an electric drum set so I can play here. But you know, once things are a little more stable, yeah, the economy is kind of bad. But once I personally am a little more stable, and I have the disposable income, I would like to maybe see if I can find some kind of voice training, and then I could commission some music maybe, because there is music I want to do. I really want to do. So, play the drum solo from Whiplash. It's been a long time since I played the drums. So, you know, there's stuff I want to do. I've just got to reach that threshold. Gonna buzz off. Good night, Wolfgang. You want to take voice lessons? I mean, I think it would be good for me. Aaron, please take this one piece of advice. Start investing now. The economy's bad. Ditch bad habits and funnel money into mutual funds. This is not financial advice. I don't know anything about that. So, but yeah, I have ideas. What I need now, because like I've said, you know, this is helping. This is helping me keep my head above water right now. But you know, maybe once I get, you know, actual employment, you know, once I get, because either this job I have is going to give me work, or I'm going to ditch them and find something else. I don't know. I'm trying. But once that happens, everything that I get from this, I can start investing back into the content creation. Because I mean, even if I could never make a full living doing this, even if I could ever make a full living being a content creator, I still want to do this for as long as I can. To make 15 an hour at McDonald's, not in my town. Not in my town. Where I live, minimum wage is still $7.25. So, ads for fast food places here make a big deal about advertising $8 an hour. So, I could not make that money at McDonald's. But investing more into guns, yeah. Well, I mean, I want to do gun building streams on my Twitch channel. Which, if you're not following my Twitch channel, go follow my Twitch channel. It's just Mr. JMeZZ on Twitch. It may even I may even have a link. I may have it linked somewhere. I don't know. Because that's where gun streams will have to be. I can't do it on YouTube. Taco Bell replaced all employees with 2 cooks here with tablets. yeah, exactly. Your company's gonna fire a bunch of people because of the high minimum wage in California. Yeah, see that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be. Yeah, I know Twitch, but Twitch is really the only place that I'll be able to do gun streams and get decent viewership. That's my only like real option, probably. But yeah, I want, like, I have spent years of my life and time and, you know, getting the certifications and the training. I want to continue working in, you know, the special education and the, you know, the therapy and stuff that I worked hard to get to. Like, you know, it may not be, you know, it may not be something that I'm always happy about. It can be really stressful. but at the end of the day, it's still fulfilling. So if I'm going to have to work a normal job, which I am fine doing, I want it to be something that I have worked towards. And you know, and I hopefully I have other options if this one company doesn't get their act together and give me some freaking work, because I know that there's clientele available. Twitter video still not an option. You know, for the simulcasting, you have to pay for that. So I ended up canceling my subscription for that for a while. The issue with like Twitter streaming, the only benefit to stream to Twitter would be to try to funnel people from Twitter to YouTube. That's the only benefit, because from what I understand, for the most part, you still can't even it's still hard. It's nearly impossible to get like Twitter chat into OBS where you can read the chat and everything, which is really annoying. There's no super chats on Twitter, you know, or like anything like that. There's no bits, blah, 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 any of that stuff. And the revenue on Twitter is garbage. Last month, I had almost 2 million impressions, 2 million monetizable impressions on Twitter, because they track like monetizable impressions. Almost 2 million. It was like 1.8 something impressions on Twitter. I got paid $16 for 2 million impressions. That's a lot more impressions than I make on YouTube, but I still managed to make more money on YouTube. So, like, the ad revenue I make on Twitter basically just gives me the free Twitter premium, which lets me have the blue check and stuff. Yeah, I get a free blue check. That's basically what the Twitter ads give me. So, that does not sound so great. Maybe worth it for just a month. See how many people you can funnel over here. Maybe. I have noticed a couple of people I follow. A couple of people at Tomoe, Rosa Codal, a couple of people. I've noticed sometimes, like if I look at the desktop side of Twitter when they're streaming, a little thing pops up. It almost is like a space type thing up at the, like a little banner, and then they'll say live on YouTube. So, I mean, that might work. I would just have to, you know, try to use it to funnel people to YouTube. But would it be worth, you know, spending the $20 a month to simulcast? Like, would that balance out? I don't know. Cause I mean, like it's hard to get people off Twitter to go somewhere else. You know, most of y'all that are here probably got here, you know, because maybe you found me on YouTube, or like you got funneled here from Discord. Funneling people from Twitter is very difficult. Give you 20 to try it. Well, as of right now, of course, I appreciate anything you give me. Like, if any penny is greatly appreciated. As of right now, unfortunately, any money I get right now, it's having to go. I'm $500 in credit card debt, and I have nothing. So anything you give right now, like so I don't want to make a promise, but like, oh, if you give me money, I'll do this. When right now that's got to go towards something else, you know. So yeah, you know, just bear that in mind. Eventually, though, you know, once I get this sorted out, you know, we can do all this other fun stuff. You know, I have a lot of ideas. I just need that foundation. Came from Twitter and the YouTube streams first started. Well, I know, Chef, you've been here forever. I just came over to Twitter. Okay, more gun reviews. I want to do more gun reviews. I have so many horrible guns to review. I need to I guess ask around to see if anybody wants to join me for a gun review. I don't really know, like, I can't really think of who am I close enough to be like, hey, you want to come on My channel, like I'm bad at asking people to do streams with me. I get very nervous that first time. I don't know. You know, I mean, you know, I have you know, some streamer mutuals, you know. Not many like legit gun tubers follow me. I don't know if any of them get Gats. Gats would be fun, yeah. Gats would be great. I don't know. I have a lot that I want to do. I do, and we'll get there. We'll get there. Like we've been complaining a lot today, but time for a little positivity. We'll get there. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, boys. We're gonna make it. I usually depending on the time. Yeah. Horse lady. Yeah, I would like that. It's kind of come up in conversation before, but like I don't know. She is always working on something. Like even when she's not working, she's working. So, Cloud with whiskey. I actually have had whiskey on. So, Guncad multiplayer streams. I do want to do another big Lethal Company stream. We're gonna make it. Yeah, we are. I would love to stream with whiskey more because she's fun. The issue is, you know, I stream at like it's 10 o'clock for me, and for her, okay, let me pull up my world clock. It's 5 in the morning for her, so it's kind of difficult, you know. So some of those cool European gun VTubers, a little bit of a scheduling conflict. Hey, Captain Joller. Well, Ready or Not Cloud with some tactical VTubers seem to be pretty open. Yeah, I haven't played Ready or Not since the big update, but that's a fun game. I'd love to get some people together to play that. That would be a lot of fun. I do like that game. I just gotta go. It's gotta go annoy somebody to stream with me, I guess. I don't like bug people. I just like, I ask, like, you know, just send one message like, hey, you want to do this? But then I feel like I'm being annoying. I feel like I'm bothering them. Thank you for the super chat, Maker Fishy. The medical debt does suck. It does. But Dark has been looking to play since Big Update came out. I know, but he's a freaking EMT and he's always busy. Like that guy works like 36 hours at a time and then goes home and like is busy. Like yeah, freaking EMS schedule. You know, I guess for the most part now, I'm about all complained out. What's the most direct way to donate to me? Most direct way would be to use Streamlabs. Streamlabs or Cash App. The benefit with Streamlabs is that you can send a TTS message when you do. Either of those. Streamlabs is great. I like Streamlabs because, you know, you get to interact with the chat, and I like Streamlabs does not take much out of that money either. Cash App takes a very small cut. Very, very small cut. So does Streamlabs, but it's very small. Did I see the game you suggested? No, what game did you suggest? Send it again. I did not see. I'm always open to playing new games when they are available to me. But I'll probably post about it tomorrow. Speaking of stuff, I do have on my Throne page, which is where you can send me stuff. I have a section on the Throne page specifically for dealing with the credit card. So if you want like an anonymous way to send some cash, the Throne page, there's that too. Golden Light stream win, Cruelty Squad stream win. I'll get to him. I'll get to him. Greener grass awaits. Is that the game? Okay. Stream with you and your drill press. I can't do that on YouTube. If you're drill pressing what I think you're drill pressing, YouTube doesn't like that. Can't risk losing my whole channel. It's free. Okay, free games are good. Free games are good. Well, folks, I think I'm done harming my virtual lungs. I think I'm about complained out. This was therapeutic. I can't believe so many of you decided to come listen to me complain about stuff. Got a big car repair coming up. I hope you get some support. Thank you, Eva. And you know, listen, like I always say, there is never. Oh.
Sody Pop donated $37.49 to the Ammo Fund. The ready or not comment was a sly way of asking if you had it. Since you do, I'll just send you the money.
Thank you, Sody Pop. Thank you.
Purple Space Marine donated $100 to
what?
the Ammo Fund.
Hold on.
Hey chat, why did the chicken cross the road?
What? Oh, Purple. Oh my God. You have no idea. You are a lifesaver, dude. Holy crap. I was down to like my last $20 on my bank account today. Like, y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how much every single one of you mean. And I was about to say, you know, it is a good way to start the week. I'm not about to cry, no. I'm just a little stunned. You know, there will never be any kind of obligation to stream. I mean, there will never be kind of obligation for my content. You know, you'll never be obligated to donate to get access to just this. You know, there may be some member stuff sometimes, but like my normal content, when it's just us doing this with the homies, you know, you will never, there will never be an obligation to give. And so that is why it means that much more. And like, I mean, I don't even really know how to put it into words. I just do this. I just do this for fun for now. And I mean, technically it's kind of my job right now, but I am having the time of my life, and it's because of all of you. It really is. So you keep doing you. It's, you know, and all of you are wonderful. You're all great, wonderful people. Keep on bullying commies. I will. The commie bullying will never stop. Never stop. All of you seriously. I don't know what else to say, but I kind of hope that you get the message. About 1 month to get you that other $400 so you don't get charged interest on that card. Yeah, I can pay it off little by little. The interest is not terrible, but yeah. Thank you all so much. God, oh man, I know we're complaining today, but I think, you know, we could all use a little more positivity. And, you know, I do feel like personally, this was a little therapeutic, getting some of that stuff, airing it out. I don't know. I hope you had a good time here. Another good free game you can make a couple hours with is One Armed Robber. Okay. If you're in my Discord server, put that in my Discord. in the suggestion box or something so I can remember that, because I'm going to forget. I mean, that's probably going to be it for tonight. But we got this good crowd here. I want to kind of share the love. All of you being so awesome tonight. So Hexa, it looks like she's doing her first YouTube live stream ever. And she's a funny little VTuber. So merch link, please. It should be in the description. It's in the description of every live stream, so you should be able to find it there. All of you are great, awesome people. Appreciate all of you. We're gonna raid Hexa for her first YouTube stream, and if you are new here, when the raid happens, you don't have to be active in the chat. You know, I know a lot of you are lurkers, and that's fine. I'm a lurker too when I watch streams. But when you get there, our raid tag is all caps, AFT raid, like I just put in the chat. You get there, if it's the only message you send that message. Let Hexa know you're there. Thanks for the stream. See you tomorrow. Yeah, and drop a like before you go. That helps. I hope to see each and every one of you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna chill, be a little more positive. I'm just gonna grind on Pal World. It'll be fun. All right, yeah, that's it. You're all great. I appreciate all of you. All right, that's gonna be it. AFT Ray, when you get them in the chat, let them know you're there. Y'all have a great, wonderful rest of your evening. I will see you later. And that's it. Stream's over. Get out of here. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye.